Welcome back, everybody. Today is another wonderful day to work on pandas. Good. Last week, we covered the most important features of pandas. And today, actually, we will use pandas to do data analysis to extract some insight from data set and also to clean data. So last week was the 8th week of the training, and today we just continued. And the data set I chose is actually wine review. As you can see, 130,000 wine reviews with variety, location, winery, price, and the description. So these are the attributes, the features that describe the wine. So usually you can work on here if you don't have anything together installed. As you can see, you just create a notebook by clicking over here. A notebook will be created. I will show you. And then, as you can see, then you can give it a name, and then the file is actually imported. Let me just run this. Hey, and then yeah, have you seen it's rare? So I have to give it some time, and it will give me the different file names. Yep, have you seen the different file names? So this one file and another JSON file and another 130,000. Okay, let's go for the 130. Before that, I want to put most of this just to make it clear, you know that we need this, right? I import NumPy as NP if we need, import pandas as PD, and we like also visualizing our data, import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. Yes, I'm importing this, guys, this package, very important package for data analysis. Now I create a pandas data frame. So DP or PD, so df data frame, and then what I should do, PD from pandas, then dot read. As you can see, when I just press the tab, it gives me different option of reading. So I go for CSV because I am reading the CSV, and then I just pass one of these file. Of course, not JSON because I'm planning to read CSV. Okay, great. Now, if you see here the data frame, and if you say head, just to see some part of the, yeah, we saw the 5 recordings. But what is this unnamed? This is extra index, by the way. It has another index and extra index. To remove the extra index, there is this method that will help you to remove. Because I know I have used this, I have solved this before. So index column, if there is index column, we can say index call. Yeah, it's already there, index call 0. And then if you do that, we have a very good data frame. Yeah. And then if you want to see more, hey, you can pass a parameter, and the parameter is actually, it could be 10 or 20. You can add more. Let's see the first 25. Oh yeah, great. So how does it look like? As you can see, it starts with a country column, and then Italy, Portugal, United States, Spain, Italy, France, and Germany, France again, United States, France, Italy, Germany, Argentina, and Spain. It goes like that. So let's also see the columns. Yeah, country, description, designation, points, price, province, region 1, region 2, tester name, tester Twitter handle, we don't really care for that, title, variety, and the winery. Yeah, so, but sometimes the columns might be really long, so we can access the number of columns in the like this, or you can also extract the number of columns like this. Columns, maybe I leave column. What's wrong? Did I make a typo? Actually, yeah, columns can be accessed only as in, yeah, in only like this. Yeah. Okay, let's move then. And sometimes you want to know the shape of the data, and you can use this as an attribute shape. And as you can see, actually, we don't have 130,000 rows or records, but it's a bit lower than that. So it is left with about 29 records to be 130,000. Yep. And then we can also check the data information info. You can say, and you can get something country. As you can see, it has some null. This is the total. 0 to, yeah, total entry is 129,971. So now, as you can see, this winery, all the wineries are mentioned, no null. There is one null, no null. But we can check the null actually. How do we check the null? df is null. I think it's is null. Yeah, this can give us a kind of false and true. False means it's not null. So we have to sum the value to count. df is null. And then sum. As you can see, country got 63. Null values, description, no null values, designation, most of the designation about 37,000 missing, no missing value, this amount missing value, 63 missing value. So we can also check the missing value like this. But our plan is not working on the cloud, on Kaggle, so let's do it from our local machine. But this is also good to know. After this, you will also see my work on Kaggle. I will like to populate Kaggle also as I did on GitHub. It's really good platform, as you have seen. Okay, now let's start Anaconda. So what do you think? Kaggle is good, right?
It seems nice.
Yeah, you just fetch. And the thing is, sometimes, as you can see here, want more power, access free GPU, or turn on an internet connection. So sometimes your computer might not have that much processing power. So you can use their processing power to compute data that takes long or big processing power. Yeah. So sometimes you might be, of course, there is also Google Colab. You can use also the Google Colab. So we can go all the way to this one, and we can create a folder just to organize our information. I think I go here and rename. I don't have to give it a week, but I can say week 9, yeah? Okay, then we have to have some data sets over here. On here, so I think no, I mean, where is it? Yeah, it should be free. I have some data set, the data set I downloaded already. Here, I am interested on one of the data. I think it's okay to use this is this, okay, copy, and I will put it in the, where is it? Yeah, you copy and I put it here. Sometimes even you may create a folder also, an additional folder, and then you may call it data sets, because you may have more data sets and it will be everywhere. Yep, great. Now I can just go back to my Jupyter notebook. Yes, here, let's go back. Now let's create and I call it wine data analysis. Yeah, I will call it like that. Maybe it's also good to give it wine data. And then let's import important packages. What do we need, guys? You may need import numpy as NP. That's the first. And then import
Pandas.
Pandas as N as PD. And then import
matplotlib.
pyplot as PLT. Let's see. No pandas. Pandas. Okay, now it seems everything okay. The second stage is loading the data or reading the data, right? Loading the data. Okay, so what do? We say data frame and we read it and store it as in data frame. What's data frame? Data frame is actually, it's a kind of data structure that has rows and columns and pd.read. And when you just do this, you can see, may I read it as CSV or Excel or Feather or whatsoever. So yeah, then CSV. And then where did we put? A dot slash data set. Yeah, just tab. If you just press tab, just print for you. And now let's do the data pre-processing and exploration. Such a difficult word. Exploration. Okay, wait. And then you can just say df, like if you just call the df, it gives you a data, something like this, and it tells you also the number of rows and the columns like this. Oh, there is 129,971 rows and 14 columns because it's a data frame. And as you see, it has two indexes, this index and another named unnamed index. So we have removed this by saying index called 0, that helped us to remove it. And now we don't have that. Okay, good enough. Is everything clear so far? If something is not clear for you, let me know at this point. Is everything clear?
Yes.
Great. Now we have the data in our hand. Displaying everything is not fancy, but let's just get some of the values, just the head part. Head, using the head method, we can say it just give us the first 5 rows. And maybe by using also like this 15 or 25, we can get the first 15 rows, as you can see, or records. Yeah. How about if we are interested the last few elements, the last few rows or records or observations or data points. So df.tell, and if you see the last 5 could be like this. And also if you want to see more, you can say data frame and tell, and you can give more values, 25, 50, 60. Okay, let's go for 25. That's plenty, so let's just limit it to 15 maybe. And as you can see, 15 values from the other end. Okay, great. Sometimes you might be interested to know also the data frame columns, and you may say, okay, we have country attribute, description, designation, pointers, price, province, region 1 and 2, tester name, wine tester. Have you been a wine tester? And person, the tester, Twitter handle, title, variety, and winery. Yes, it has about 14 columns. Yeah. To see div.shape give us both the rows and the columns, but why? Yeah, now because we have removed that. Let's see. Whenever you just we have one. If we just try div, as you can see now, it's 13 columns because we have removed the unnamed index. So practically we have 13 columns and 129,971 rows or observations or records or data points. Great. And these are actually attributes or features. Some of the terminologies I may use, it may help also when we start machine learning. Okay, great. Now let's see the information using getting information using the info method. So div, and you go for this. And as you can see, totally we have this 129,971 entries or records. So it's hard to see. For instance, this one has got one missing value, no missing value, no missing value, and it's hard to know the missing value. So let's know the missing value. Missing values or null values. How do we calculate them? Df is null, like this. As you can see, false, false, false. Okay, great. If it is true, for instance, this is null, right? Let me show you. It's null actually. It comes from the first value, and it's from here now. So false means the null value. Then you can count this. If we count, how do we count sum? This, but you may ask how the sum give us, because it's false, false, but how the sum give us the missing value, the number of missing value. The first time I encountered this, it was a bit like, Okay, let me explain this for you guys. If I have numbers, nums, 1, 2, 0, 0, false. I want to change this to numpy array. Num array. So tell me, how do I change this to a numpy array? NP dot array and nums, right? Yeah, let's see the num array. Num. Have you noticed something, guys?
Yeah,
It's
false.
changed false to 0.
Yes, because false can be counted as 0. And now, if I change this to, again, if I change this to Boolean, like as type, a bool, have you seen? This and this are true value. And now if I want to get the sum, yeah, so it counts actually only the, yeah, this is going to be considered as 1, and this is 1, 1, and 1, 2. Only the true values, because this is going to be 0, 0. And this is going to be 0, 0, and this is going to be 1. That's why you get the count of the missing values. Is it clear?
Crystal.
Yes, the concept, the first time when you see sum and it gives you all this missing, what? But actually the concept is somehow related to here. Okay, now you got it. But in this case, you can also use this NA, and it gives you the same value. So now, if you know that if you have a missing value, you may think of what? Removing the records or imputing, substituting, right? Yeah, but when you think of that, you should really consider lots of things. Removing, also substituting with other data, because you may affect the nature of the data. You may have a wrong data, Yeah, so we will talk about that and later. Now let's see duplicates. Duplicates is just it's not important, so we don't keep the duplicates. Removing duplicates. Yes, so we say here drop, and then you just have the duplicates, and if you call, yeah, let's see, this is what you have. Now, as you can see, I have 119,000. But if I just run again, as you can see, I didn't remove the value. So to remove, you have to use in place true. Now the original value is affected, and if this cell also, as you can see now, yes, yeah, great. Yeah, as you can see, when I'm running this value, I'm getting the removed duplicate has been removed. Great.
Apsene, what is the definition of a duplicate?
A duplicate should be the same everything. Everything is the same.
All of the columns.
Yes, for instance, if it's, as you can see now, country, like we have US, this, but you can change that concept. For instance, if I'm interested just to remove the countries duplicated, and this, it will also remove all. But now, if you just give it like this without any parameters, then all the columns should be checked. And that is actually real. Or for instance, you can use ID. ID, for instance, if it comes from database, and if you check the unique ID, if two values do have the same unique ID, then what do you think? Is it a duplicate or not?
Yeah.
It is a duplicate. So you don't have to check all the things. You can just check unit. So a unique ID should be unique all the way, everywhere. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Then now we have this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, may I come in? I have a question. I have a question. When I a strange thing, I found that there's a difference from your result when I use information with function. So there's my first, there's unnamed 0.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Because
I mean shape 14 canoes. So what's the reason? I don't know what it caused this reason. I mean mine, not yours.
yeah. Can you?
I write. Maybe I can share you.
No.
I think maybe what she's saying is that, you know, before you put index, when you first use the data frame, it gives you 14 column, which is unnamed one. So then after you had index column 0, then it remove it. This is what is asking about that. Our own, you still have unnamed. How do you do yours?
Did you have this value in when you are reading the file? Did you add this?
Just a moment. Maybe I have to show my with no.
Do you see this code? If you see and check if you have.
Oh, okay. I got it. Thank you. Okay, I missed this. Oh, so that's a reason. Okay, thank you.
This
That's my
will be
problem.
the difference. Yeah.
Okay.
So guys,
Yeah,
sometimes
thank you.
when you just change things, you can also come from all the way down. Okay, now we believe that we removed the duplicates. Okay, great. And of course, if we want to impute, we learned last time how to impute data, and that's not a problem. And now let's see also again to revise, just getting some rows using log. Yeah. For instance, if I'm interested in the first, yeah, let's just do the first row. If you are interested, you can just get the first row. But if you want to see it as in, it will be something like that. Have you seen? This is actually the first row. And you can have also, maybe if you want to have more rows, df.log, and then you can say 0, 1, 2, 3. I have to put it in. Yeah, as you can see, I just managed to. But in addition, we can slice it. Instead of doing this, as you can see, I just did the slicing. So df.log, what you should do, then you can slice up to the third, maybe, okay. So as you can see, yeah, by the way, it's inclusive. It's inclusive. Yeah, you may wonder, can I do just this? Yeah, you get the same, by the way. slicing, just normal slicing. But in this case, can we do some kind of like condition here, for instance, df and then ilog, then just some condition. If I say just true, what do I get? Of course, it's wrong. I can't do something like that. Let me do some other operations. You can, let's try df again. But I think before that, I should have shown you how we can also extract maybe here. Let's see, getting columns in columns. Column, just a column. Yeah. To get a column, for instance, we can say df and then by the way, you can say country like this. And then as you can see, we got all the country. Or you may do it just df. And then I got all the countries. But sometimes you may be interested in multiple columns. And in that case, maybe country is very important. And the title might be, and then yeah, sometimes when you forget something like this, they're available. So what you should do, df dot columns. As you can see now, I have country. Description is important, but for now I'm not interested. Just points, the points. How about the price? Price is very important. A variety, and variety might be very important too. Now, actually, whenever you want to extract multiple columns, this list should be inside another list. Okay, as you can see, country, as you can see, country, we have this title, pointers, price, and variety. So you can, by the way, you can save this. If you want to save this, what you should do, let's try to add, and then I can say to CSV, and then in the data frame dot data set, then I call it cleaned dot cleaned wine CSV. Yeah. Then let's go and see if we have that data set. Have you seen? We have created that. So you can clean and transform it and save it if you want. Let's leave it there anyway. So now it's clear that you know how to extract one or multiple columns. Yeah, great. Then we can use the log to get the rows of different data points. Yes, you can see. And also, for instance, again, div.log, for instance, if we are interested, the 0, and we can say we may be interested to, no, the name actually, country. Yeah, just Italy, as you can see, the Italy, we can. So this is the way how you can impute. For instance, if you want to impute this value, you can change it to Finland. Then this Italy will not be anymore Italy if I run this code. Yeah. Yes. Can we also get multiple values? Let's see. By changing this, instead of just a country, we can change a list of countries and, for instance, points. And As you can see, now I managed to select Italy and the points, and I can go further if I want. I don't have to just get everything. And maybe the variety, what's the variety? The variety, yeah, white blend. So we can use this. Now let's see how we can use the iLook. By the way, df.iLook, they do have the similar pattern. As you can see, I got this, and you can do the same. And if you want to have more, you just do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but this one, as you can see, I have to, of course, I have 3 rows and 3 rows. How about if I want to just iLog slice up to 3, then it gives me this way. This one is not inclusive. iLog is not inclusive, but log is inclusive. Well, the one of the difference. Yeah. Now, so does it take this thing like logical expression, something like that? Yeah, we will come to that later when we solve some of the problems. But now just let's keep talking about most of the features. And I think now I want to also show you the description info. I mean this data frame describe. This all of a sudden just gives you this value, but do you remember include all? Now they actually it gives you a lots of data, but I would recommend you not to have this, because the describe means the descriptive data analysis, and it works on the numeric data values. Pointers are in number, and prices are also numbers. So total count, as you can see, we have this number of, and this is the total price, and the mean point, and the mean price, and the standard deviation. As you can see, now can we impute? You guys tell me, can we impute one of the data of the points by looking at this standard deviation? Yeah, standard deviation is not very big. Yeah, but still, because I'm not sure how this was calculated by, for instance, for values, that is, yeah, let's do another more analysis here before I do the describe, but let's just keep that and see the difference. Now let's drop the null, drop NA, that means we drop it, and again describe. Because first yes, it's different. Now, as you can see, we have first drop everything that is null, and we calculate the descriptive statistical values like the mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and the percentiles. So now this the standard deviation gets lower than the previous, and also this one is 30, it was 42 somehow. Yeah, now we may use this as an imputation than this one. Did you get the point, guys?
I have a question.
Yes.
If we see the maximum value after dropping or before dropping, it's different. It should not be different.
The maximum.
Maximum price.
Yeah, yeah, it could, because we did imputation. Yeah, we did a drop of net null value. If the null value is one part of the columns, it could be removed.
Yes, but maximum, just picking the maximum value. And if we have dropped, we haven't dropped the maximum like 3,300. It should be there. And after dropping, if I see the maximum value is 2013.
Yes.
This is the point.
Because
Maximum, simply pick the maximum value for price.
yeah, but
If we have dropped that null value, the point is we have not dropped 3,300. It should be there, but after dropping, we can see the maximum. It's showing that 2013.
yes. Because we did in, for instance, if you see the count, because when you drop, you never know which you are dropping, okay? You don't know.
Yes, we don't know, but we are only dropping the null value.
Yes, the null value,
right?
yeah, the null value could be, for instance, if the null value is in the region or the variety in any place, so it will be removed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not only the price and the points, it doesn't check, because as you can see, have you seen it? There's no but yeah, but we can also fix that. That's maybe drop null with a parameter. It would be good to avoid such a big nine. Now you got right, you saw it.
Yes, but I think then dropping a null without any like condition or going to in detail, it might drop some valuable
Yes.
details.
Yes, so now we just only drop. Let me check.
So option F, what if you only do it for the price row?
Yes.
So df price, and then you drop NA, and then you describe. Can you try that?
Yes, that would be good. That's so easy way of doing tax. In the points and price without going another method, we can solve it with this. Yes, now we kept your highest value, as you can see. Nice.
Yeah, because I guess this drop NA drops all rows.
Yes,
that have some null value.
that's true. Because we didn't pass parameter. In this, the drop now, there's a lots of parameters we can pass. So we can also just limit some of the values we want to drop. But if you don't pass any parameter over here, that means you are telling the Panda frame to remove any of the columns that has a missing value. Yeah, or any of the rows, yeah. But I think it's another way of doing the same thing. It would be, how about if we do, instead of this, you can go all the way and you can have a subset, and you may say, or you can just bring these subsets as in like this. This is what I was looking for. I want my code to have. What is that? Yeah, this and this and this is the same. Of course, it's not the same, but we are using the drop now with some arguments. Is it clear now, guys?
Yes.
Great. Now this seems now you saw the standard deviation, so you can do or intelligent guess to do imputation or to decide to remove your rows. It's up to you. That is a statistical decision anyway. Yeah. This is how we do, but if you want just to remove all those, you just drop in, remove everything. But I believe now if I do this, I didn't remove it because we didn't use the word in place. Okay. What is next? The next is actually, I gave you a task, and the task was actually about understanding the flavor of this wine, the different flavor. But before that, I want to show you how we can also extract some of the rows of this data set. For instance, if I'm interested in more of the wines that are from Italy, right? I can say country, and then I may say just Italy. Then actually this means all the wines from Italy, as you can see, 17,940 of these are from Italy. And if you want from Italy, and from Italy also one of the region, because they have this different region, it might be Etna or Lake, what? I don't know, but we can also add, yeah, from Italy, and the point, for instance, we can say, and we can use this operator, and the points greater than 95. If you do this, 95. Equal or greater than 95. Why?
Add a D in the beginning.
Yes, still this is not working because of confused. This because we have to do such kind of parentheses. Then Pandas will not be confused what to operate. Okay, I think now it will work. Yep, as you can see now, we are in a high quality Italian wine. As you can see, the points are all 95 and above, and all are from Italy. And even we can go further. Okay, so maybe winery. Maybe we want, I think there are not many wineries. As you can see, Garda, Confugata, Cavelotto, Belcolei. Yeah, it is not a very, yeah, this is good enough, guys. So last time, one student asked me, how do we select? This is the way we select rows without using any index. Yeah, this is very powerful, guys. We can use also or operator, or like this.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you define here, you define a country as Italy to have the number how many data from
Yes.
from Italy. but I'm wondering what kind of coding we can use to get the number separated by different countries.
Okay.
Group by
Yes.
group by.
Yes.
I noticed there are somebody mentioned, but I don't know how to write that code.
Yes, we can do this div country, and then value counts. Have you seen now? From USA, 50,000, from France, this amount, and from Italy, we have this number. First, actually, we have just this. Yeah. And if you go this and how many, you can just check the length. It's about, yeah, 119,988. And now, by the way, if you go unique, yes, these are the total countries there. Unique means actually it's a kind of a set. I can just keep it there. In the next cell, I can check the links. Now, how many countries are providing? 44 countries. The wine is from 44 countries. This actually was a very good question to ask. From how many countries this data set from was made? Yeah. So as you can see, Italy, Portugal, US, Spain, France, Germany, Argentina, Chile, Australia, and Austria, South Africa, New Zealand, Israel, Hungary. It goes on and on. And all these countries provide us wine from different winery. Okay, if you want to know the wineries, div, and then you may say winery. And then if you go value counts, what did I do?
Winery, not winner. Winery, not winner.
As you can see, wines and winemakers, they do have, they appeared many times there, many. So, and Williams and Salem, and it goes like this. And for instance, if you want to chop some of the data, you can slice it with something like this. If I'm interested in 10 data, as you can see, or maybe the first 25, something like this. Okay, group by. Someone was asking was group. Let's do, how do we do this? The group by. Group by. So df, and then maybe then group by country first, for instance. And actually it gives you something like this. And after that, you should do some kind of operation, actually. Mean, for instance. If you do mean, what it gives you, Argentina, the points, yeah, the Argentinian points, the mean value is 86 and the price. Yeah, but now this still can be affected by the, what is this? We should do the dropping again here. First, we should do the drop. Maybe we can just leave this here and we can go down another cell and do first drop, df dot drop now, and subsets. What are the subsets? The points and price. Then we group. What do we do now, guys? We're chaining methods, by the way. Yeah, we can chain group by country, and then the mean. Is there a difference? For instance, this was 8624, 8624, no difference, 8714, 8714, but it's hard to figure out where the difference is. Somewhere could be a difference because of the correcting the missing values. Okay, yeah, so you can do group by and make something like this. So can we make this kind of visualization? For instance, we have these countries. If we say df and then country, this value counts already. Yeah, it gives you a kind of, we can actually do plot. The plot gives you something. Nah, this is not, it doesn't make any sense, right? But what kind of plot? Let's do that. Kind of the plot is actually kind. It's going to be bar. And this is hard because lots of information, by the way, but we can actually make this the p plot bigger. But let's slice some of the first 15 countries. Now it makes sense somehow. And plot.show will, yeah. And remember, guys, you can also save your data. So you can say plt.save, and then you can call it wine per country.png. By now you should have the file over there. Yeah. Yeah, it was opened in another screen, so it's already, it has. You can also add actually a title, wine of different countries. Yeah, something like that. And you can add also by saying X, the horizontal, and Y, the vertical. Okay, so we made this. The next, yes.
Apsene, the first line, is it using is this dot plot using a matplotlib?
Of in the under
The first line there.
this one,
When you say blah 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 plot kind and something.
yes.
Yeah, is that one using
yes.
matplotlib?
Yes, matplotlib. But here I am using matplotlib inside the pandas, because pandas used it in their library also.
Okay, thanks.
Inside, so this is a sub, like matplotlib is already a sub module inside Panda. The same. So if you affect also this, yeah, you can affect it also globally. It's yeah, it's handy, by the way. So there might be minor differences, but it's the same thing. Okay. So that's why, as you can see now, I use the pandas there, the matplotlib in the panda, and then I add title actually from the package. I imported it separately. No, actually, no, the title was over here. Of course, we can add the title here. PLT.title. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, as you can see, it just works. What was the one of the question I asked you guys? It was about the flavor of these different wines. Yeah, okay. I just made my own list of wines flavor, and I just came up with this fruity, earthy, spicy, smoky, flowery, acidic. So these are some of the flavor that describe wine. So how do we extract? So let's see, for instance, df description. Yeah, as you can see, there might be, yeah, this is, can we look through this? For description in this, we can print the description one after another. It's huge, by the way. I shouldn't do that. It would be better, for instance, 5 of them. Yeah. Yeah, just small amount. So now you have a text. You can do, for instance, if you want, you can split them like this, and it will have, I can see aroma includes tropical fruit, brown, brimstone, dried herb, overly expressive of frame. Citrus, for instance, actually citrus and dried citrus is one of the acidic, yeah, as it's already mentioned here, acidic. Yeah, great. So this will be in the acidic category. And as you can see, this is going to be in the fruity category. And again, let's check this flavor. What category? Fermented? Tart. Yeah, tart and snappy. The flavor of the lime for flesh and rind dominate. Some green pineapple pokes through with crisp acidity. So it's going to be acidity underscoring the flavors. The wine was all stainless, still fermented. Okay. Anyways, our mission will detect these words from the text. Now, for instance, I may check like this. Yeah, I have to go a loop for taste in tastes. And then actually, again, I have to check from every of them. So what I print text in this word list. So I can put it here. So if it's true, that means now, as you can see, but why? I think I made a very, yes, because I didn't make this to lowercase. I should make it to lowercase, to lower. Still didn't work. And I think this should be also to be lowered. And, but why?
You have a small slice only there.
Slice?
Yeah, it's up to 5 specimen.
Yeah, but still I was expecting something. Let's make it bigger. It's all the time false for some reason.
There was one true value there somewhere.
No, there's one true value, but that's strange. I was expecting more, but anyway, you got the idea. So what, there's already better way to do this. So how we, for instance, fruity, let's say fruity, and let's store the fruity, this df. And then what we can do is actually df and then description. and we change this to string, and from the string we can check contents if it has fruity. Let's just fruity. Now we can check the data fruity. Yeah, this is ripe and fruity, as you can see, but why? Let's just as a data frame. As the data frame is much better. This ripe fruity, as you can see, there is fruity, but I don't see it. It's hidden somewhere. So this all rows. How many rows? 8,340 rows do have fruity. Yeah, and we change for earthy. We can change this to earthy. And how many rows? 3,962. Oh, yeah. But as you can see, it's a kind of, let's do loop, a proper loop. I can say test and empty list, and then let's do for, I think I shouldn't have deleted that. I can say for test in tests, and then we print we print this, copy here, but this word has to be this one, so I can change this test dot lower, because we have to change it to lower first. Yeah, and then even it's a good idea to lower this one too. But I think lowercase doesn't work there. Then length, num length of this, and just length, and then test count dot append now every now and then. We don't need this. Now if we check print test count, yeah, as you can see, the different. Then we have to create our own small Panda series. So panda.series, we can do the test count, and the index is going to be tests. And now we can just attach plots and kind bar. What? Oh. This is not right, because it should be something like this. Yeah, something like this. And then build it again, show. Yeah. As you can see, we have this fruity, earthy, spicy, and smoky, flowery, acidic. And this wine dataset, not only this one, the lots of the dataset you may find on Kaggle. You can create your own research questions and you can answer. So I want you to keep working on and to come up with different questions and try to answer those questions. Next week, we may work on this a couple of minutes, and also we will keep on text analysis, text mining, and natural language processing. Somehow we don't go deep, but we touched a bit. Okay, I think today I have to stop.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Quick one maybe. If you scroll a bit up, stop. Yeah. If you show the code that you wrote last time, a bit down. There. I have a question about this. The use of this pandas. you have the line there that says len df. So this format seems a bit funny that you have to use this df twice.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
So how does it actually work?
Okay, let me show you how it works. Actually, what it does is, we mentioned it. Do you remember Boolean indexing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Boolean indexing means this part, first, this part will be evaluated. Okay, and it will be evaluated and it will become true and false.
Right.
So the true will be selected. The true will be selected. Yeah, that's
right.
So this is just the same as, okay, let me show you. This is exactly the same as this Boolean indexing. I will show you somewhere. This, it's the same as this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Then is this an alternative way to the lock location? This kind of a double df thing.
With the iLock also, you may solve somehow similar, but this expression is just a kind of a must because you have to compare it. You have to have some logical reasoning to go out, to take out the value. We don't touch any of the indexes or any of the columns. I'm interested in the for instance, let me just take you here again. Let's forget about. Now we are interested in the points. So the points are actually, now I got all the points. And you may do the sort, maybe sort values. You didn't do that. Sort values. Yeah, sort values, by the way, we can do ascending. I think ascending is different. False. Yeah, which is the highest value now? I think it's ascending. Yeah, ascending false. So these are, because it's by pointers, as you can see, these are the different points. But now if I am interested, like to select only values, some values of the wines that are, actually now I'm not just selecting only the wine, I'm now selecting all the wines greater than 95, actually greater than and equal to 95. As you can see. Now I'm trying to select the best wines and I found 2,392 wines. And maybe I might be interested also Spanish wine or United, then and I have to use the and operator. Have you seen now? So this actually allow us to use expression and it will be evaluated to true or false. And that's why we call it Boolean indexing. And everybody remember, you can't solve the complicated problems without Boolean indexing. Boolean indexing is there for you to solve somehow complicated problems because it takes lots of expressions. And now maybe it should be also from Spain. It's a country from Spain. So, and the pandas will get confused if you don't add parentheses, at least in one of, then now let's see, yeah, because I just made some kind of weird. I think it needs another one. Okay, df up to df here. What? Div country. Oh. What's the other thing? Yeah, this we don't need. This one, yes. But why? There is no. It seems we don't have. Let's just make it a bit lower. 85. I don't know. Let's make this to Italy. I thought in that group there's Italy. We can check it. Okay, then I think my equation is not good.
Maybe add another parenthesis around the country stuff. Yeah.
Maybe that. Okay. Yeah, great. Thanks. Yeah, as you can see, pandas get confused so easily, so we have to have the parentheses, and let's also start just check it with even we have quite a lot, but this seems impossible. How? 95, and yeah, that's okay. There are quite a lot of Spanish wines with good points. So this is Boolean indexing. The evaluation will be true and false. And this true and false, just if it's true, for instance, if this is for a true value, it will be selected. Yeah. Great. Shall we close today's lesson here?
Yeah, thanks, Absene, for the explanation.
Okay, thank you too. Let me stop the recording.